So maybe that's what's going on with this. I mean, how 3 healthy Negroes catch a sickness just because the weather changed?
Yeah, well, I got
Uh-huh.
sick
Well,
from somebody else. I didn't get sick from the weather change.
I understand that's how you feel, but after we discuss some of these important topics, we gonna see if I could change your mind on that. Let's get from there. Why is society changing? It is completely changing, and it's obvious if you're looking at sports getting soft. You know what I'm saying? Like Wap was saying. Go ahead and run that topic one more time, Wap.
Yeah, so pretty much like how we already went through like our generation, the 90s kids kind of had like the prime of entertainment with like Chris Brown, Drake, J. Cole, and then like sports, Kobe, Bron. And now that that's all coming to an end, it's like a new era of entertainment, but it's not really that entertaining anymore. Like, and I'm not sure if it's social media that did it, like it's oversaturated, or if we just don't have enough talent right now. And I'm curious, what do you like? How do we step up the media space that we're in right now?
I think the talent has never been better. I think we got more actors, more
yeah.
comedians, more rappers, more everything. I think that there's clear gatekeepers, especially what you see like, and I'm not even gonna say 50 not one of them. Like, bro, you have to be a part of the system to be even put out and promoted in the system. So it's like we got one crab taking another crab down. I hope niggas can see this shit. Like, I'm not saying anything negative about 50, but it's just to me they all compromise, bro. But that's my position. We gonna get into it. What
I
you think,
think we
D?
all have just, as a society, have kind of gotten softer, and it directly shows in like sports, like especially with referees. The referee style of basketball and football has changed like so dramatically in the last decade. I feel like, and we're just like
I mean,
catching
but
on
in
to it. And
sports,
also, I feel like I'm talking about sports right now, and then
yeah.
also I think there's also I don't know, who knows, but possibly like uh what is it? I'm going blank right now. Again, skit or whatever. It's already written.
It's a
Yeah, yeah,
script.
like the
It's a
Yeah, a
script.
damn
script,
script.
a script,
It's
a
a damn
script.
script.
So
I think
Hey,
that has
I
a
don't
lot to
know.
do with I think that has a lot to do with sports, like sports betting and gambling, and then like just people having like ties and having to fulfill commitments on the field. You know what I
for
mean? I
sure.
think that's definitely watered down sports and athletes because they
For
got other
sure.
commitments. They're not so worried about the game. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe was giving his all every single play, and I feel like we just
I
don't
mean,
Yeah.
see that anymore.
I tip my toes in on that gambling stuff. You know what I'm saying? We know a few people who try it. If you start just looking at the over unders every single day, you'll see pretty damn clear that they're cheating, bro. They're 100% cheating. James Harden will score
I
20
know.
points in the first half and then not even attempt a shot. Clearly blow layups and shit like this. And it doesn't just happen with James Harden. It's like all these dudes. They know their stats. They know where they're at. They place a bet. Think about it. I mean, who's to say they're not placing bets on somebody else's machine and getting splits? That's another thing. It's
Yeah,
impossible to catch this type of stuff. So the fact that they can bet, period, is actually an issue. We shouldn't have no
yeah.
betting on this almost. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're betting, there's a potential that you got a script.
Yeah, but
Yeah, for real.
I think that that kinda, like, leans into, like, a bit deeper topic. Is it, like, because back in the day, it didn't matter what you was paying niggas, like, they wanted to play the sport and they wanted to win, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't
Oh
ray
my
the
Yeah.
views,
gosh.
you couldn't pay
I'm
For the
Kobe
love of
glad
the
off,
you
he was
brought that
game.
coming
up.
at your throat. So what happened to the character in the players? What happened to the character in the entertainers? You know what I'm saying? What just happened to the character, I
Great pivot.
guess?
That's a great pivot. Let's do this. I think, and you guys combat this, but I think it's when they took God out of school. Let's put it there. Let me look that up really quick. Exactly what year that was. But I
I
think
feel like
that's what
that
it was.
actually I feel like that was actually pretty recent, like, I wanna say, like, maybe, like,
Uh,
2008, 2010, maybe even more
But go
recent
ahead.
than
Put
that.
your put your. I'm gonna tell
yeah,
you why
I
I think
think
that in a second.
I think everything's just kind of gotten Hollywood, and like everything, like there's all these CGI movies, and like it started with soccer, to be honest, and where everything is just kind of like trending towards soccer, like trying to flop for the call. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like a watered down game, I feel like, for all the sports almost.
But how do you feel like our character, like individuals, players' characters have affected the league? Because like I said, Michael Jordan and Kobe and them, their character wouldn't allow them to do that type of shit. So where do we go
I think
wrong to
it's
think that's
I
okay?
think it's honestly like the top dogs. Like there is
Yeah,
no Kobe of the league right now, or like even a
yeah.
Jordan though. Like bust your ass. Really, the only person in. I'm more of a basketball head, so I prefer to basketball. But who's the only dog in the league? Like there's only a handful of dogs in the league. And Dylan Brooks is the first one that comes to mind, and like one of the only ones
Draymond.
that come to mind. Draymond, but he's washed, really.
Yeah, low
I mean,
key.
He's washed. He's
But
OP.
even those quote unquote dogs is under control, bro. Like you see Draymond as soon as he say some shit to the ref, like they giving him a tech, man,
Yeah.
make sure you stay in line. And then when it's egregious, they throwing him out the game. Like they're like,
Yeah, it's
bro, it
like they
doesn't
almost
matter
got
how
some
you
handcuffs
feel.
on.
Yes,
It's
they
almost
Yeah,
got
like they have
yeah.
some
handcuffs on, bro.
handcuffs for real.
Yeah, they got handcuffs
And I
on.
think it's
But speaking about the prayer in school, 50 years ago, it's only been 50 years. We used to literally have like classes and stuff. If you look back at history, they used to teach the Bible in the school. But 50 years ago, I guess there was a Supreme Court ruling, right, that took it out of the school. So
My fellow Americans, from the early days of the colonies, prayer in school was practiced and revered as an important tradition. Indeed, for nearly 200 years of our nation's history, it was considered a natural expression of our religious freedom. But in 1962, the Supreme Court handed down a controversial decision prohibiting prayer in public schools. Sometimes I can't help but feel the First Amendment is being turned on its head. Because they said, "We thank you for the flowers so sweet. We thank you for the food we eat. We thank you for the birds that sing. We thank you, God, for everything." But a federal court of appeals ordered them to stop. Up to 80% of the American people support voluntary prayer. They understand what the Founding Fathers intended. The First Amendment to the Constitution was not written to protect the people from religion. That amendment was written to protect religion from government tyranny. The amendment says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. What could be more clear? The act that established our public school system called for public education to see that our children learned about religion and morality. References to God can be found in the Mayflower Compact of 1620, the Declaration of Independence, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the national anthem. Our legal tender states, "In God we trust." When the Constitution was being debated at the Constitutional Convention, Benjamin Franklin rose to say, "The longer I live, the more convincing proofs I see that God governs in the affairs of men. Without his concurring aid, we shall succeed in this political building no better than the tower or the builders of Babel." He asked, "Have we now forgotten this powerful friend, or do we imagine we no longer need his assistance?" Franklin then asked the convention to begin its daily deliberations by asking for the assistance of Almighty God. But now we're told our children have no right to pray in school. Nonsense. The pendulum has swung too far toward intolerance against genuine religious freedom. It's time to redress the balance.
what you're seeing is a constant drop off of that morality. Where do you get morality? In a Bible. I'm not even telling you to be a Jesus freak or whatever, but that's actually where you get the morality from. Like if you look at like what is it? What is that? What is their faith? Even being a non-religious person, like where do you get morality from? You don't have morality without some sort of higher power. So if you think about it, like that's really what it is. Niggas don't have morality anymore. It's oh yeah, I might be the best, but I'll still take a shortcut. You know what I'm saying? Like cuz we
Yeah.
don't look at ourselves as higher than you could pay me to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Mammon is the god of these people. They don't have a morality. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I agree with you, bro. I agree. Give me 1 second.
I'm glad you brought that up, Wop, because that's actually the freaking key. That's the major point in it. When you're really looking at it, it's like, why are people, even the best of the best, compromising? Why do you have to
Yeah.
compromise, bro? You ain't got to
Y
compromise. There's no reason you're at the
yeah,
top
like
of the list. You compromising.
yeah, like, you already have all that money,
Mhm.
you already have everything, why not go out there and die for the things that you care about instead of
Yes.
being able to be bought or so you can change your ways or not say something like I just think, like we said, like, people are getting soft, and it's because of the handcuffs that society continues to put on people and that we
Mhm.
allow those handcuffs, you know what I'm saying? It's our fault too. It goes both ways, like, a
I
lot
think
like you
it's
I can
said,
even
dig
like
it.
like I think it
I can dig it.
honestly goes deeper than sports because
Oh yeah.
it's just like how kids are growing up now, even like at work, whenever we get a handful of patients that are like even in middle school, and this just seems like a completely different generation, just the way they carry themselves, the things they talk about, and just how it's like timid they are almost.
Timid.
It's
yeah,
Yeah,
strange, bro.
yeah,
like
It's
timid.
strange times. And
For sure, timid.
they're growing up to reflect the same thing. And then I don't know. I think it just goes deeper than just sports, honestly.
I feel like the
Oh no, for
external
sure.
pressure I feel like the external pressure of always being watched by, like, social media and outlets and cameras and shit like that is definitely putting us, like, all humankind in, like, kind of a box
Mhm.
out here. Cause like, everybody's afraid to fuck up now, you know what I mean? Like, you say one thing, you're getting canceled, and I think that
Everything
definitely
is like, there's almost like no privacy.
Yeah.
Like even when you're just out there shooting the shit with the homies, like everyone has a little camera in their pocket on their phone, a video camera. Like you're never safe, bro.
I
You
mean,
never know.
I don't know about that part. We don't need the privacy if you have morals. You get what I'm saying? It
I
doesn't
still want my
matter if you're not.
privacy though.
I do want the privacy. I
I know.
still need the
I do.
privacy, but that's almost a separate issue. It's like men still shouldn't be getting soft, even if it's not private. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
we should still frown upon a man and a man together morally. Why? Not even doesn't even have nothing to do with God. I should still be able to logically see, like, if everybody in the world did that, the end of the human race would be one generation away. Like, very literally. You know what I mean? So logically, morally, all of these things gotta align, and they're not aligning anymore, bro. They're telling us stuff that's truth, but it's actually a subjective truth. You feel me? There's
Yeah.
no so it's like this
Hmm.
is a multi-pronged attack that we really are seeing. And I'm glad you brought up the character, because when you start talking about character, you can see the multi-pronged attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the things that withhold you from being the right character.
Yes. And they
I know.
continuously push more and more and more of the same image, which is not the image that we talking about. It's like a backwards image. Even if it's like a AstraZeneca, or not an Astra, that's like getting skinny, but like let's say it's like an AIDS commercial, bro. Two Negroes doing the dirty, talking about we want to hide it, and it's on your NFL Sunday ticket commercials. Like, if I'm sitting here with my son, do I want him thinking about two dudes doing the brown hole? No, I do not. But that's what's happening, bro.
Oh, that
Take it
was
a step
crazy
further,
work.
bro.
That was
Let's talk
crazy
about
work.
Frozen. Like, even if, like, let's say, oh, he's too young to be watching this. These are for commercials for adults. Okay, so we go to see Frozen. Same deal. Two dudes in a jacuzzi. Like, what's going on? If you're gonna sit around and be complicit, that's one thing. But I could see in the society, majority of us don't agree, yet we're being complicit. So I think it's about time that some of us start to speak up about the shit. I'm not actually putting people down that are gay or whatever, but it's like, bro, there's clearly an agenda for me not to be able to talk about it. It's the same thing for you not to be able to be gay. Like, it's the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all got the freedom of speech. We really do. So it's time for the
Yeah,
majority
for
to
us.
start saying, hey, look, yeah, I'm gonna close the window really quick.
But yeah, for
Yes.
us to not be able to talk about it is literally the same thing as them putting it in our face.
Yes,
Yeah.
same thing.
And us not being able to talk about it is so frowned upon. And then
Yeah, it's the reverse
that and all
racism.
up
You
in
know what
our
I'm saying?
face is just almost like the norm now.
And like
For
every
sure.
single TV show you see, every single like song you see is like promoting so much feminism in men. It's almost disgusting. Like it makes you not want to watch TV anymore. Like that also goes into the first topic. Like they're watering what a man's supposed to be, and niggas don't want to watch that shit. You know what I mean? So now we got to
Niggas
go back
don't
to
wanna watch that shit.
niggas don't want to
Yes.
watch that shit.
Oh
Niggas
my
don't want to
gosh, you
watch
couldn't
that
have said it
shit.
better. No, we don't. We really don't.
It's
We really don't.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna, like,
No,
I'm not gonna go further down, because I could go all day on this, but I think it does stem to character, WAP. So that was a great input there. Great input. Let's see.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
see. What's next? You wanna hit
Hey,
e-scooters? You got some more?
I switched up my topic, fellas.
Uh-oh. Middle of the stream?
Yep. Being your P's and
Let's
Q's.
go. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
No, because I realized that the e-bikes only kind of pertains to like certain areas. Like they're out here
Still,
everywhere in
it's a
Temecula,
problem.
but
It's actually a problem.
Yeah, they're pretty
They're in
rampant
LA
in
too, bro.
Arizona and Vegas too.
yeah, but
But Eastern country, like Eastern states, I don't have that problem.
yeah. So I want to talk about really just it's so prevalent right now. AI and like jobs that can outlast AI. Really, what jobs do you guys think are safe?
None.
Shit.
I was just talking to Justin about this yesterday. None. Not one. Nope. Not one.
There's
No,
some that are
I'll
safe
tell you
though.
what's
There's
safe.
gotta
I'll tell you what's safe. Shit like plumbing, shit like AI security, like being able to program
yeah.
your own AI to like protect yourself. You know what I mean? Like not using
Brother.
somebody else's shit.
Brother.
But
I
if
mean,
you could go into AI security and be good at that, and you didn't miss the wave, if you're already in that space right now, that's not gonna go out. You know what I mean?
you're
Because
the
like
last one to lose a job. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
robot still needs
Sure.
to be programmed. So if you know how to program it, I'm sure you're
Tune-ups.
gonna be able to get paid. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, fixing software,
Yeah, I was
fixing and
gonna say
shit.
like
For sure.
AI, like technicians, almost
Yeah, yeah,
AI
yeah,
technicians, and like those, they might be they might be straight,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I
to
mean, yeah, like
keep
he's
the
saying, they're the
bots
last
in.
ones. They'll be the last ones to lose a job, but
But
everybody else,
what
we're
about
done.
like
We're already done.
firefighters? I feel like firefighters and like even
Firefighters are
cops.
cooked. Firefighters are cooked.
I
They're
feel like
cooked.
cops and I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't
Cops are
know.
cooked too. They already got robot cops in China. You know what I
But what
I'm gonna
mean?
about
go on
like
mute real quick.
lawyers? Like
Pull up a video.
lawyers are
Alright.
pretty straight. Lawyers are safe, I would say, because
No, because if you think about it, like
I don't know. It is
ChatGPT can
crazy because
answer
that's
ChatGPT can look up any law in the law book and it's ever been recorded faster than a human can think about it or research it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it gets pretty scary. That's because originally I thought like cops and like lawyers were almost pretty safe, but at this rate, robots can do anything and they can like think faster than us, more sharp than us, they're stronger than us.
yeah, facts.
It's not like a life. There's like less reliability, I would say.
Yeah, and like you can't really kill a robot because like it's just technology. You know what I mean? Them niggas can't die.
Technology, there's like
You
a
just
million
turn them off.
more. The same exact. I know.
Turn that motherfucker back on.
Loki got like a freaking army.
But
But
I
what
think,
about like critical thinking jobs? You guys think like critical thinking jobs are doomed too?
yeah, I think like maybe like you
Like
said, like
accountants or something, or like a bank teller or something. I don't
I'm
know.
thinking more
They're all
lines
cooked.
of like a investigator or something like a detective because I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think
like
robots
a.
can detect shit yet, like pick up on
Mm-hmm.
subtleties of
I
like a
know how.
crime or something.
You're
Yeah.
tweaking, gang. You're tweaking. I'm
I don't
looking
think
for
it
something,
can
but I
yet.
got lots to say. I got lots to say. Damn it.
I don't
Also,
think it can
You know,
I
yet.
would
Musk put a
say like
crazy video out the other day about his bot, like basically taking over every single job. Dog walker, policeman, paramedic, surgeon. I mean, everything, gang. And then, just like not that long ago, he's asked by a group of like tech people, they're at a conference, when do you foresee like all the robots outnumbering humans? So it'll be one in every house. Like that's what he's been bragging about. But they're like, at what point do you see, and the whole time in my head, I'm just Will Smith. You feel me? I'm fucking Will Smith. The whole time, I'm like, bro, this is literal iRobot. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he's like, by 2040, there'll be at least 10 billion robots. They'll be so cheap that everybody can buy them. Like, you're going to have multiple robots that can do anything. Humans won't be doing anything. That's by 2040, bro.
And my
You know what I'm
first
saying?
question to you guys is, are you guys gonna get a robot? And then my
Hell
second
no.
question is, what you gonna do with that robot?
Bro, this topic is
man, it
gross to me
depends on
because
what
it's so
they become.
here.
I'm probably gonna. I mean, we already have robots. These things we're talking
Okay,
We
about are
do.
robots
We do. We
for
do.
nigga,
Niggas
I
real.
say
got
hell
a
no.
fucking robot vacuum and I love it.
Really, the little
You know what
like
I'm saying?
one that
Yeah,
just
the little
goes on its
iRobot
own.
joint. Yeah, yeah, sure do.
I mean, I'm
Where is
probably
this
gonna get
video?
one. Matty Wells, low key. Depends on what they can do, but
Hey,
if they can make my life so much
man,
easier, then I mean,
I
probably.
actually
Yeah,
think
like go
that's
do
what
some.
they will do. I think it's gonna be like that, but they're gonna. The thing is, they're gonna. You know that they're gonna turn it into the basically the mass oppression vehicle. Like that's what it's gonna end up being. Like you know that they have a piece of the code where they just push a button, everybody stay indoors, not safe for humans outside. Whatever that motherfucker was on this thing saying, like that shit is gonna be real, bro. And
Yeah, they're
it's.
gonna put a curfew on us or something.
I mean, there's only one reason you want more robots than people, bro.
But I feel like they could do that on like a TV screen or something if they wanted to really get a mass message out. I feel like they
Yeah,
could
that's
put a.
true.
They already do it with like Amber Alerts on our phones,
No,
Yeah,
and
no,
like,
no. I'm talking about
you know what I'm
mass.
saying?
I'm talking about basically a police force that doesn't have a conscience. Like you can tell all the police, yeah, keep everyone inside, martial law, stop right now. You could do that. But there's going to be a handful of
Hmm.
cops that are like, no, I'm not stopping my family and our friends on
right.
the
This isn't
neighbors and
right.
the block. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not right. I'm going to let some of these niggas go. And then they have anarchy, they have problems. Because a lot of us Americans, like me, you don't see them. But I got ARs everywhere. A lot of us are ready to do stuff. And oh, that's another great look at this. Another audible D. Check this out. Did you guys hear about the California District 9 ruling, bro? Literally 2 days ago, they just made open carry in California legal.
I did see that. I did
You
fucking
see
see
that?
that.
You can
Yeah,
literally walk around with your strap. You know, I'm concealing it. Mine's concealed, but still, that's amazing.
Wow,
yeah.
2 days
Basically,
ago.
yeah, 2, 3 days ago, something like that, bro. Like it was like
Why is this
the
not
on the
more
first.
talked about?
They don't want you to know, Negro. No, but it should be on your
That's not
KTLA. It
because
really should. It really
it
should.
should
Hey,
be.
you
That's
know
a
what?
It
huge
should be on
You
the
know
win.
what else
news.
too, though? You know what else too, though, is they just did like the automatic fucking speeding tickets. If you go over
Yep.
100 miles per hour, you can
Mm,
have like your license revoked, which is
Oh my
I
such
saw
a
gosh.
that.
fucking
Let's push pause. Let's push pause because that's beautiful for these topic. You said AI. Okay, that
I
automatic
saw
speed,
that.
that little speed trap joint is called the flock camera. The first place that they rolled that shit out, like en masse, was Atlanta, bro. And they literally have the entire joint mapped. Like they know where you, when you go to the grocery store, who your friends are. They're actually creating like personal
Because they're
person
just
profiles,
it's
bro.
public cameras.
I gotta
I'm
show it
talking
to
about
you.
like public cameras, like where speeding cameras
Yes,
are, and they're just like
yes.
can
yeah.
see the whole city,
I actually
like
now
with
we're gonna change
thousands and
topics.
thousands of cameras.
Let me show
That's
you this,
scary.
Nah,
bro. Let me show you this.
nah, but
Let me show you this.
y'all better be careful speeding because I'm telling y'all, they're giving out automatic tickets now. I
I
saw
saw
like the
that.
list. It was like San Bernardino, Los Angeles, a couple other
Shit is
places, but
wild.
better slow that ass down.
Hold on, bro.
Man, I saw
Hold
that
on, bro.
actually. It's crazy.
I got
Yeah, once robots take over a little more, we're about to be fucked. Like no privacy, no, we're not allowed to be, we're not gonna be able to break no rules. We're not gonna be able to like kids not gonna be able to live. Adults not even gonna be able to live. Like it's getting scary quick.
all right. I hope I
It
don't
is
get a
getting scary.
cameras, meaning pan, tilt, zoom. And they quite literally use AI to zoom in and follow you around whether you're a person of interest or not. In just the time that it took to count and verify these vulnerabilities, I saw a family in North Carolina load their infant and a bunch of merchandise in a Lowe's parking lot. And I suppose one could cross-reference their license plate with the Park Mobile data breach and find out exactly where the garage is that will store these new fancy tools. I watched a man leave his house in the morning in New York. I watched a woman jogging alone on a forest trail in Georgia. This trail had multiple cameras, and I could watch a man rollerblade and then take a break to watch rollerblading videos on his phone. How? Because the camera's AI automatically zoomed in on it. Just like it zoomed in on a couple arguing at a street market in Atlanta. So what? They're still anonymous, right? No, they're not. Within 2 minutes of open source intelligence using a commercial facial recognition engine, I found out that one of them just finished medical school and the other is dealing with chronic irritable bowel syndrome. The couple also just had a baby last year and they have a pretty concerning debt to income ratio. I also know that they drove over 45 minutes from their address in the suburbs to attend church in Atlanta that morning, and then they checked out this market and bought a sweater. I watched a law enforcement officer in ambulance escort a man having a mental health crisis in Iowa. I know this because the Cedar Rapids Police Department maintains a public database of every single emergency call in the city, as well as daily arrest reports with individuals' names, addresses, ages, and genders. Listen, I know that I'm being creepy right now. Just saying these words out loud nauseates me, but I'm trying to show you just a fraction of the information that anyone in the world with access to a commercial search engine has had regarding anyone who attended this market or walked on this trail in the last 31 days. And it gets worse. Here's an exposed flock safety camera permanently pointed at a playground near the Bay Area in California. Openly and
I was in Vegas last weekend and my hotel had so many weird looking fucking ports on it. I swear to you guys, I was being watched, bro.
Well,
I
you
swear to
probably
you,
was
but
being watched. You
Like in
probably
the
was
this
room
shit
being
was,
watched.
dude, I had so
or
many
just
like
around the
weird,
hotel.
yeah, I had like little lights that I could not turn on, bro. Like
That's crazy.
they were, yeah,
Really?
but my room was nice, but I had like all these levers that I didn't know how to fucking use and shit. And it felt like I was being watched, bro. I can't explain it. My room had
Yeah.
weird vibes in it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty
Flock
weird,
cameras, AI,
man.
robots. It all gives me weird vibes. Okay. I mean, all of it. Just completely. Yeah, all of it.
Hey,
I'm like Will
my
Smith.
question to y'all is like, what if as humans we said enough is enough and we tried to rebel? Do you think they have enough robots to take over us right now?
They wouldn't use robots right now. They have enough sleep people right now, I think. You know what I'm saying? That we need a reason to take over. And then we're so happy in America. Like, for example, you went to the fridge and there's stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? You turn the electricity on and there's heat, like shit like that. They would have to basically crash our grid, have Americans fighting Americans before Americans ever decided to band together and stop this government. Because the government is really the reason that all of us are the way that we are. They're the ones sending all of our shit off to Israel and fucking, the Catholic Church and all these other things that we don't need to get into. But they're the ones who take the money and send it away instead of put it on the homeless, put it on the roads, put it on the Mexicans who need all this help or whatever. It's not like we don't have the money. We do have the money. They don't want it to go here.
So how do we raise enough awareness for people to be like, you know what, enough is enough with the technology shit. Elon, shut it down. You know what I mean? Shut it down.
I don't
How do
think
we
there's
What
shut
you're
enough
this shit
people
saying
down?
because
is
people like enjoy the benefits and kind of want to see where it's going, how far it can
Are
go.
we
I feel
are we
exactly,
like
really
I find
enjoying the
myself feeling
benefits
like,
though?
damn, how far can this robot shit go? Almost like keep
exactly,
going, keep going, cousin.
exactly, exactly,
Cooking with gas.
exactly.
Man, I feel like that's
And
how
then,
many Americans feel, and I don't think it's right.
Personally, I'm
It's the
not
truth.
enjoying this technology shit.
no,
Like
it's not that
social
it's
media
wrong.
has
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
What
like,
up?
I'm not enjoying technology because it's ruining every facet of life. It's ruining our conversations, like with social media and shit. It's ruining like our athletics because it's watering everything
Yeah.
down, and kids are like studying the end result, but don't really know how to get through that process anymore. It's just watering us down. It's slowly but surely like desensitizing and corroding us. And I feel like people are noticing now, but for some reason we're not speaking up. Because when you have conversations like this at a bar, in a back room, like niggas know we speak about it, like, oh man, this is some bullshit, like, but nobody's doing anything. So I'm just wondering, like, how do
Yeah.
we raise enough awareness to be like, yo, enough is enough?
I mean, saying like D said, we're
Mhm.
comfortable. You know what I mean? We're comfortable
Yeah.
until we're not comfortable. Like we're getting to that stage though, because you see how shit is like. I mean, stuff is getting
Yeah,
expensive.
I think it is getting there almost.
Control. So it's like
Yeah.
we're getting there. It's like Trump keeps throwing little, oh, this and that, like, good words. But how much
And
longer are we gonna
there's
be able to feel this way?
I think it's also associated with like a positive feeling because it's almost like we're advancing. Like they do other things to like almost like cover it up. For example, like cars that can drive themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like who's gonna say no to that? Who doesn't want to do that type shit? You know?
Yeah,
And
like you got
so
a long drive to LA and you want to just catch some sleep. This car drives
yeah,
itself. Like, upgrade your technology and give us your privacy rights so we can give you some more
yeah,
comfortability. We're too comfortable, like you said, Squeak.
we are too
That's what it comes
comfortable.
down
Well,
to.
Yeah.
let's go back to that
But I
question you
think they
asked
do
though.
that
What
kind of
Go ahead.
comfort things with the AI to cover up like the corrupt AI. Like the corrupt AI world is
Correct.
just as rampant as the comfort AI, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like
I
the
mean,
dark
so
So
if
web and shit. The dark side of the web. The dark
for
side of the
sure.
moon.
I mean, the thing that is though is like we as a populace need to start discussing, like all the American people need to start discussing all of these topics in almost under one dome. You see what I'm saying? Like the sports is getting rigged. Let's just say it that way. Manhood is getting rigged. Let's say it that way. All of all of our money is getting fucked. Let's just say it that way. Why? Right? We have to ask why all of this stuff is happening in conjunction with one another. Like this it's a plan. It's almost like there's a system in place. So if you want to be on the media, you have to talk about this. If you want to put out a car, you have to do it like this. For example, why are we using electric cars and then Tesla is becoming a trillionaire by setting up all these electric gas stations? That's basically what he's doing. He's switching you from gas to now you pay him directly. Like, don't be dumb. You see what's happening. The government is paying him to put in electric stations so that we all pay him. Now he's the richest nigga in the world. Why couldn't he, like Tesla's named, go after perpetual energy that never has to be charged? Because we have that technology. We've been had that
Yeah.
technology.
I was
He
thinking
doesn't
that.
want it to be that way.
Bro, I just seen like there's some black kid. He came up with a way
Yes,
to do like he put
in
plastic
Africa.
in yeah, he put
Yes.
I don't know if it was in Africa, but he's somewhere out there. He
Oh,
put
we might be talking about
plastic
two different
into like
people.
this machine and turned it into gas. Like
Gasoline alternative made from plastic waste. Why? Well, because I have a very exciting collaboration coming. We're gonna run a beautiful vintage car off of this fuel. There's a lot of work to do. Let's get started.
like
I
a
know who
fossil
you're talking
fuel or
about.
some
Yeah.
shit
I
like
actually know
that.
who you're talking about. There's another black guy who created a diesel machine. I mean, I don't know if it's diesel or not, but it's a machine that takes literal ambient air, turns it into water, literally.
So
Man,
why do
Free
you think they
water, like
haven't why do you
unlimited
think they
water.
haven't why do you think they haven't tapped into resources like that yet?
Everybody knows we're running out of water.
A problem the retired ranger spent the past 4 years working to eliminate.
All the water that we need exists right here in the air.
He believed so strongly in that idea. In 2015, West invented an atmospheric water generator, or AWG, a machine that takes in air and turns it into drinking water.
We're at the place now, I think, making 50, 100, 200, 250,000, a million gallons of water at an incredibly low energy consumption. I think cheaper than groundwater by far. Cheaper than desalination.
So far, 12 of these AWGs exist. West planted them in 3 areas, including the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and Flint, Michigan.
I need to engage with the people here, and I need to show them what this machine does, and they need to understand that it is their machine, and I am here for them.
West says his AWGs are federally approved, and the water quality is also tested by the Colorado Water Authority.
It's clean. It's good enough to drink. No bacteria or anything in it.
I think it's all about money.
Electrolysis, yeah, it's all about money. Electrolysis is basically under the provision, like they don't allow this type of tech to get out. There's I think it's an anti-secrecy act or some shit like that. Any tech that could topple American, what do they call it? Like
Economy?
sectors. Yeah, economy sectors. So if you have a car that can take out all the cars, we're not letting you put that out because it'll mess up our economy. If you have a dollar, for example, Bitcoin, right? Why are they not going to give you Bitcoin until they're in the back end, until they control it? Because it would topple our economy. Like, you
Yeah,
have to
same with
look like
weed.
this
That
stuff.
makes sense
Yeah,
too, because they do the same shit
exactly.
with weed.
It's already in place for them not to give us the tech. So the question is, we as a populace, like, since we're talking about this, we need to talk about every single one of these stages as an overarching plan. You see what I'm saying? Because if you talk to Americans, like you're saying, they all know this. All these little pieces are all in the back of their head, but we got to put them together. Like, bro, all this shit is coalescing right now. Why is it happening right now? We need to wake up and do something right fucking now, or literally we're going to crash. And then you can't
Wake
do
up and
nothing.
do. You said wake up and do something. What the fuck will we even do?
I'll tell you what we do. I'm creating an app, right? It's called Voter. It's Voter Live. It's going to be Sunday Live, whatever. And anybody who can create this app faster than me should take this idea because it's a great idea. But I have, like, they got the AI replit trying to make an app. I want to make an app, bro, where every person who has a social security puts their social security in. And then once that social security is in, no other social security can be added. It links you to your Face ID. And I know, oh my God, my privacy, bro, your privacy's fucked already. Doesn't matter. At least this way,
Facts.
we can guarantee it's one person, one vote. If we get even half the nation on one app where we're all voting and we can see how people voted and there's no such thing as a second vote, brother, imagine how fast we could change the nation. Because now, and also on this app, I want to be able to put at some point, once we get some money, I have to put some money into this. I haven't put any yet, but I want to put some money into this so that you can put your IRS returns and then you could choose what your money fucking goes to. That doesn't make any sense that they get to take our money and send it out of this country. We should have a choice as to what government party this money goes to. If I got to pay $40,000 a year or whatever, I want to put it to school. I want to put it to the road. I want to put it to making nice fences in Temecula or whatever the fuck I want. But I got to be able to know where it's going. So we need to make an app that has accountability at its core. And then once we make this app and we make these votes and these people don't do what we want them to do, we can absolutely put peer pressure on one another the same way we do. Just put up a hike your fucking skirt so you can get extra likes. If I see that you fucking voted for Joe Biden and this nigga's an idiot and I know who did it, I'm going to tell you, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Now there's accountability. You see what I'm saying? They can't cheat no more. They can't make shit up. If I know there's a one person, a one vote, and it's not like it'll be hard, bro. Your Wells Fargo does it right now. Like, nobody else get into your Wells Fargo. So let's just do that with voting. It's not hard. We could even put it on the blockchain. That'd be even faster, even more secure. But they just won't.
I'll tell you what.
They just won't.
If you just did that for Californians, I promise Governor Newsom will be gone tomorrow.
Gone tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Gone tomorrow.
I don't know
So
one Californian that fucks with him. Not one.
Bro, he's on the chop. I actually have the app, and he's the first one on the list, bro. I promise you. You want to see it? You want to see my app? You want to see my app? I'll show it to you guys. I can actually show it to you.
I mean,
bro.
show me later, because let's get through some of these topics, because
for sure.
I got to roll out at 3.
I got you. But yeah, I think that's one way to make change, bro. That's one way to actually physically make change. You see what I'm saying? We all take our own power into our own hands, because apparently we won't vote with our dollar. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Ian Carroll is, but he's a person who basically shows you who's behind the label. Like, if you buy lotion, you think it's the Walmart brand, or you think it's like an off brand, but it actually Walmart owns the shit. He owns 95% of all of them, every single one, all the different colors, or the cereal that you buy. They're all owned by Kellogg's or whatever. It's one company. It's just a mirage of different colors and the idea that you have choice. You don't actually have choice in this country. Like, that's
it's like one
at.
umbrella.
Yes. It's the same with everything, bro. So when you ask about sports and why is it getting soft, because that's the narrative they're pushing. And they've been pushing that for like 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? Almost 10 years. Our entire, like, when we grew up, you could say like the gay stuff, we would laugh about it. Now you can't even talk about it. Pretty soon you will, actually, at one point you couldn't talk about it. Now you get fired for it. Pretty soon it's going to be a hate crime. You go to jail for it. And then what? And then what? It's just getting worse and worse and worse. Why? Because it's a narrative and it's a agenda, right? So I could go all day on this one. And now let's talk about the final piece for today. All right. Final piece. And it's actually tying in beautifully. Check this out. Did you guys see the video of the Call of Duty guy who just drove his car into the middle of Malibu or wherever he was at? He's out here in California. I think it was Calabasas.
It was a GTA nigga. It was GTA.
Yeah. No, it was Call of Duty.
It was COD.
It was COD? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, it was COD.
My bad, fellas.
Let me just give you a run back real quick. A run back, right? Because this has to do with Wi-Fi and like remote controlling subjects, vehicles, phones, whatever. It's really all just an array of different frequencies, but it all matters. So anyway, the backstory to that is the COD guy puts out maybe like a few years ago, this new COD that just came out talks about them capturing Maduro. Not actually says Maduro, but it's actually Maduro. Maduro is the guy who's in Venezuela. We're going to war to take Venezuela right now, right? So he puts that
No,
in
we
his...
took him already. We fucking
Oh,
took
yeah,
him.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're at war with them right now. Like, he put what's going on in his video game.
That's weird to begin with, but what's even weirder is that this game was created in the year 2012, and it predicted so much correctly about what happened in the real world in 2025. China owns the rights to all of these rare earths that are used for computer chips and things along those lines, and because they halted the export of them, the USA responded and in turn increased tariffs. That's essentially the story of what happened in 2025. Well, this is the story of what happened in Black Ops 2.
Give me your phone. Go ahead. Rare earth elements. Whole fucking world runs on this shit. Who controls all of it? China.
So quite literally, those rare earths are what caused the war that happened within Black Ops 2. But a very similar thing is happening once again in 2026. So that is Caracas, Venezuela in the real world on January 3rd. This is Caracas in Call of Duty Ghost.
Let me ask you this. Which one of these places can claim to have the largest oil deposit on the planet? More than Saudi, more than Iran? The fact is that Venezuela is arguably the single greatest resource of oil and minerals on the planet.
Okay, yeah, I know that was Jack Ryan, but yeah, Venezuela is incredibly rich when it comes to natural resources. Now, in Call of Duty Ghosts, you go in and take out the leader of the Federation Army. Now, in the real world, this army is called the National Bolivian Armed Forces of Venezuela, and the leader of that is Maduro. So, in the real world, we didn't go in and kill him like in Call of Duty Ghosts, but rather ended up capturing him. Now, here's the big worry, is in Call of Duty Ghost, once they go in and take out the leader of the Federation Army, does anybody know how they responded?
You're gonna be all right, son. Hold on, boys.
And he crashes. And it's a very weird looking crash. I mean, he goes straight into the wall. Like, it looks very odd. My suggestion would be remote controlled Ferrari. That's what my suggestion would be. And there's proof of it. As a matter of fact, they just came out with like a report saying all these different types of cars can be controlled. Chevys, Fords. If they're older than this year, they just literally put a report out like, hey, be careful. It was like a government report. Be careful about what you do and how you have your car, because it can actually be remotely controlled. And then we see this type of shit. Do you think it's possible that he was remotely controlled into that wall?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely possible.
And the
And
timing's
honestly,
a little bit peculiar, honestly.
It
It's
is.
extremely peculiar.
Very.
It's extremely peculiar. Let me give you another example. You remember the Las Vegas shooting?
Yeah, my friend was there.
One of the
Leo was there, dude.
largest. Yeah. Well, damn.
Which one, man? Talking about the Mandalay Bay one?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
that's what I'm talking about. Exactly.
Mm.
Anyway, that's one of the largest mass shootings in U.S. history. Probably got 3 days of airtime, right? And then just wiped off the map. Nobody talking about it. That's one of the largest in our history. But a lot of the people who were there say that they heard and felt like there was people on the ground, literally active shooter, like people on the ground, guns coming from multiple directions. And you've heard all the different theories. There's helicopters, all this stuff. There's no bullet holes in the window that he was supposedly in, etc. So it doesn't make any sense. But the point I'm making here is a lot of the people who came out and said I was there, and they go out and get real vocal. Dude, weird car accidents. People just dying randomly. So that's one weird, like, coincidence. There's another weird coincidence. The third weird coincidence would be, you think that it's actually, this is not a coincidence. This is new information. This is a part of my topic for today. Let me share this real quick. Man, I'm sorry. I'm just going off on a fucking tangent here.
It's all
Hey,
good.
all good.
Let me wrap this together.
Hey, time.
All right. Anyways, so you see here on the screen, Apple darkest project yet, collaborating with the WEF to read your brain and control behavior. So I want to make two propositions, bro. I want to make two propositions. They've been able to Wi-Fi control your shit since way before 2017. That's when the shooting in Las Vegas happened, right? Way back then. So they've been killing folks off left and right, in my opinion, on some remote control you off the bridge type stuff. But now we've gotten to a point where, and this isn't from they just got the patent like 2023 or whatever, and that's the actual patent. You can look that number up and literally get the actual patent and see the stats for yourself. You put them ear pods in your brain or on your head, they send signals back and forth, hundreds of times a second, whatever the rate is. They're sending signals to map your brain to further read it, to send suggestions to it. So my question is, where does this stuff end and where does it begin? Where does it begin?
Well, it begins at I'll tell you where it ends. It ends at mind control.
Yeah,
like
it ends at mind
mind
it's
control.
already here too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's actually
but
already
I
here.
think it begins. I think it begins at convenience. People want AirPods because it's convenient. It's easy to just be like, bloop, got your music going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Answer calls, whatever
For
you need
sure.
to do. But it always
for
comes
sure.
from like comfortability and convenience. That's where it starts.
For sure. That's where it starts.
That's how they market
Yeah.
it for. It's like, oh, it's so convenient to do this. That's why you should get a flying car because it's more convenient than driving a car. You know what I mean? Like convenience.
I mean, I think the signals are there,
Man, that
right?
whole
There's
thing,
obvious signals there. Go ahead, D. Go ahead. My bad.
the whole thing reminded me of like, I don't know if you guys seen Stranger Things, but just how he was taking control of his mind. That's what it reminded me of, bro.
Remotely.
Like how
Right.
and like every night
Right.
he would sleep and he would like build pathways through the city, like while he was sleeping. Just reminded me of like while they're in the ears, just like chipping away at like.
But the fact
knowledge of
that
our
they're
brain.
showing you that on Stranger Things is a wake up call because like they're
It's a
putting it in
wake-up
your
call.
face. You
They
know what I
are.
mean?
Oh,
They are.
for real. That's
100%.
that was
100%. The next tab that I
that's
had
pretty
for
scary.
that,
For real.
no, that's 2023,
It's
right?
terrifying.
They filed the patent in 2023, so they've been working on that. Basically, we were the fucking guinea pig for the R&D. And honestly, I almost want to sue them because they owe me money. Obviously, they're running tests on me. You see what I'm saying? They owe me money in court. Like that's a case. But further from there, they've been doing it. Look at the screen here, right, really quick. Putin zombie gun, Daily Mail. Putin targets foes with a zombie gun, which attacks victims' central, what does it say here? Hurry up and open. I want to say it's their central nervous system. Their brain turns them into mush, a zombie. Central nervous system. This is 2012, bro. Mind-bending psychotropic guns that can effectively turn people into zombies. All right.
That's crazy.
Perhaps
That is crazy.
So this is in 2012. And if they're showing you the tech, they've had it for 10, 15 years to perfect it. You see what I'm saying? So when they
For
gave
sure.
us a phone that ran off this RF frequency, the same frequency that we now see has like lymph node cancer, brain tumors, and leg tumors, and butt cheek tumors, all this shit is skyrocketing. Why? Right? The question is why? Because these things send off RF radiation frequency through your body, and you are a bio battery. Literally, you send off a bio pulse, right? You have a literal unique bio pulse too, and that's why they actually want to put this shit into every single person. We could get into it further from there, but really we know that they've been doing this since the 1960s. There's this project called, let me see, what did I put it in my notes. Well, in the 1960s was Project Pandora, the first psychotronic weapon was created. We're in 26. You know what I'm saying? They've been working on this for 60 years almost. Yeah, bro. And now they have guns and stuff. They also have something called Havana syndrome, where people are like, we got CIA operatives just dropping down. Like they're saying that they're committing suicide and stuff like that. Like literally.
What do you think? What do you think this is for? Like taking the like mind controller? Because it's not to kill people. Because regular guns can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Low key.
Right.
Right.
You
You think the ultimate goal is to like control humans, or what do you think?
I think that's the ultimate goal, D. I think that's the ultimate goal.
Like what we spend. They're probably trying to control like what we spend, like where we spend our time, like and where we spend our attention. Because attention is like the biggest form of currency right now. And that's why socials are so like fucking. They're so addicting because they steal your attention. They steal your time.
I'll also add this
I
to
know,
that. I
huh?
agree 100%. But I also add this. I think they want to non-natively, like away from your body in clandestine locations, literally from some satellite office out in Alaska. They want to be able to push a button that knows your specific frequency that can turn you off, because that's the only way that they can stop a dissident force. We are the actual majority. You know what I'm saying? By 2050, like America is going to be brown. That might scare some people who are at the top. That's possible. I'm just saying that's possible. And they want a way to control that. How can I control all these people without robots, right? Because if we have to go against the robots, I'm sure we can figure some way around it. Like at this point, they're not at the point yet where they can take us over with robots. So they need something in the meantime in case we decide to go crazy. And they've been had it. That's the thing. They've been had it. They're testing it now in order to make consumers out of things. You see what I'm saying? So they can continue to make money. They want to send you signals because they know how to make you go buy shit. That's actually what they're doing now. They're tailoring it to the point where they get you to just give them their money. And you think you're buying some shit that you like. But really, the original intent of this was to absolutely turn you off like a clock. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they can do.
I mean, it already does turn us off like a clock. Like I find myself like having to throw my phone away from me because like I could get into TikTok and be on that bitch for an hour and be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's just stealing time and stealing attention. I feel like it's really from the devil, low key.
No
Not to
lie,
take it
no
that
lie.
deep, but
No lie.
Yeah.
But let's take it one step further because we hear all the time, oh man, I was just thinking about this shit and now it's on my, I was thinking about this and now it's in my email. Okay. So if we knew back in 2012 they had guns that could out you to turn you off, and now Apple's sitting here reading your brainwaves so that they can further send suggestions. Like that's actually what that's about. They're sending suggestions, giving you thoughts. People are hearing their thoughts, not from them though. They hear that like it's themselves in their head, not from them. I'm telling you, there's some shit out here right now if you start to research this before it gets wiped off the web, because that's what's next. But we're going to have this video, so at least we have that.
Yeah.
But I think they're at the point where they don't even need to be touching you. If you have one of these RF frequency devices around you, they just can ping it and they can pick up on your brainwaves, because every organ in your body, like an IEE, for example, they got the Fitbits that can tell you how your heart is pumping. They have the,
It almost
the
feels
EKG
like it's in the
monitors.
Wi-Fi.
It is in the Wi-Fi, D. That's where I was going. It is in the Wi-Fi. It is. It is in the Wi-Fi, bro. It is. The signal travels through you to the receiver, and then it gives them a certain relay time. So what I'm saying is it sends a ping out, and then it takes a certain amount of time to get back. The amount of time to get back is the amount of matter it's traveling. It's your body. It's going through you, collecting data, and then sending it back. Over millions of times, they can map your organs. They can map your signature.
I feel like it's almost like a dolphin type of shit.
Exactly, bro. Sonar. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
like
no,
sonar,
you are.
yeah.
So it's not like we can't understand this type of shit. No, we get it. The normal population, if we just told them, hey, bro, you need to stop this bullshit, because we are the guinea pigs running the R&D for these niggas live. You know what I'm saying? Live. Like we're running R&D and they're using this and they're going, oh, we didn't have nothing to do with this. Well, will you tell me why we have a spike in brain cancer? You tell me why we have a spike in butt cheek, gluteus cancer. Where the fuck does that come from? Niggas put their phones in their pocket. That's where. See what I'm saying? Like this type of shit needs to be talked about, and it totally goes hand in hand with AI. Because what do you got? Why do we have the 5G fucking towers everywhere for?
So you can have faster fucking data, and like you said, the data is what they need to do what they need to do.
The
So
Internet of Things.
We're also
The
obsessed
Internet
with
of
like
Things.
the fastest internet we could possibly reach and find. Didn't in
And
China
so-
they like reach some
Go
like
ahead.
crazy fast type of like
They
some kind of
did. Like
10G
much
or
more
some
than
crazy
5G,
shit.
yeah.
Like 10G. It was like literally like crazy fast. I forgot. It was like a couple weeks ago. I saw some kind of ad or something, but I think they have some kind of crazy technology where like a whole movie can be downloaded in like half a second.
Yeah, I seen
China
some shit like
actually,
that
I'm going to
too.
pull this. I'm glad you brought
Like a
China
2-hour
into this
movie.
discussion. I forgot to put the China one up, but China actually created a weapon that can actually control your brain, that literally brags about if they send you a signal, you do it. They literally came out with this and put it out like, because they're communists. Nobody gives a fuck. They put the shit out like bragging about it. Let me pull that. Mind control weapon. It's deep, dog. It's deep. Well, let's just go here.
I gotta get a charger real quick.
For sure.
You should keep going because I can hear you.
You can't see the screen here really quick. Let me show this.
Yeah, I'll be in 2 seconds.
All right. You see that? G focus on brain warfare, including mind control. I like how they don't stop there, and instant sleep inducing weapons. So they're putting niggas in comas.
Instant
I'm already in a
sleep.
coma.
That's what he's
That
saying.
sounds
They're
like
putting niggas
surgery.
in comas. Oh, bro, it's deep and dark. So I mean, it's like, what is all like? So let's just look at this globally, right? Because we have a whole picture of it. Why is the United States, Russia, and China all working on the same technology yet nobody really talking about it. I mean, I guess they are talking about it. They were just so distracted, we're not doing anything about it. Like, why are they all working on this same technology at the same time? Could they potentially be in cahoots, or are they going at battle against each other? Why is this?
I think it's because, like, since the technology has been introduced, we're, like, in a race to be able to, like, weaponize it and make it the most efficient so we can capitalize on it monetarily and through weaponry and shit. So, like, we're kinda in a race for AI right now, almost like a race to the moon, but a race to technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
I think
trying to
That's
it's
break
what
our
almost
will.
like
They're really trying to
I
break our
almost feel
will.
like it's I almost feel
I
like
mean,
it's not even about money anymore. I feel like it's
Yeah,
about like power.
yeah,
yeah.
Like
yeah,
like
yeah.
And
literally
I can
like
respect
having the
that. The dog
power
in me can
almost
respect that.
I was gonna say literally like some dogs like in the
Yeah, like
wilderness, you know?
yeah, like
Like
the
this
fucking dog
like
in me is like, you know what? If I was at the top, would I want anybody else up there with me? Hell no. Hit
okay,
these
take them
niggas with
out.
the brain fog. Hit these niggas with the brain fog.
Get me
But I'll
Dead
out.
say it like
ass.
this. I'll say it like this, and maybe I'll try and find the video. There was a Mexican scientist who basically came out with an EKG that you put into a bull's brain. Let me see if I can
Papara
find it.
americano.
And basically, you know how they jump in front of the thing and it won't hit you? Or I mean, they have those people that
The red
yeah,
little
they
Red
like
like
flag.
the red
wave them in front.
material
Yeah.
flag or something.
So
Yeah.
yes, exactly. So at first, the first test was let's send a wave at this thing, but it's a physical implant on the thing's brain, like on it, and it'll be wires, right? So it was wired. This is this is a long time ago. It's like the 90s or 70s or whatever. So it worked. They stopped the bull from hitting the guy swinging the red rope, and then after they went and they did wireless. So said, okay, we don't want the wires no more. We want to be able to put an implant on somebody and stop them. If they were angry, they're trying to kill somebody, you just stop them immediately, just like that. Because a bull only has one thought in his, I'm gonna crush your ass.
Yeah.
So they stopped the bull successfully. Finally, we get to like now, today's day. They don't have to touch the bull at all anymore. No secondary receiver. This is science
Damn.
today. To stop
So
the
they're just
bull.
like pointing a bunch of frequencies at them.
That's it. That's it.
Damn.
So
That's
Wait,
crazy.
basically,
so they put a
they've
chip in
created
its head?
AI. No, there's no chip. There's no chip. That's what I'm
Just
saying.
frequencies.
It's just frequency. What they were doing this entire time was they were using us with these AirPods, with these phones, put them up to our brain to map all these different brains. So they have billions of brains on their AI that the AI gets to run through and test, right? So once they get all the brain information, they then synthesize the brain information to pick out specific frequencies that make you do things. See what I'm saying? So they not only can stop the bull from hitting you, they can make it a docile bull turn into an angry bull and go fucking crazy. And it's the same with people. So when we look at these mass shootings and these Kanye's going absolutely fucking wild and he's saying, hey, MK Ultra, when that's a real program, shouldn't we put a little credence to that, knowing what we know now?
I mean, we probably should, but what can we do about it? You know what I mean? What can we do?
What can we do about it? This is what we can do about it, bro. At this point, we have to talk about it. We have to put these
We
types of
gotta
videos out.
What we really gotta
Yeah.
do is put our phones down. We have to like unsensitize ourselves to technology and comfort, because the only reason we cling so hard to technology is for
It's almost
comfortability.
like quitting a drug.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
real.
dead
Yeah.
ass. Because
It's like
imagine
quitting
a
a
drug
drug.
that would make you stare at your hand for 5 hours. You know what I mean? Like
I
that.
mean,
Like
Yeah.
I'm totally
For
on
real.
that's a
there.
hell of a drug. Like that's what iPhones do to us. Dead ass.
It really
Totally
is.
When my
with you on
flight
that.
got laid over, and I was in the airport for fucking 6 hours, I was just staring at my
Yeah.
phone for 6 hours, Nick. 6 hours.
I just want to show you guys this. It's from a long time ago, and they keep wiping the fucking web, so it's hard to find stuff over and over. I need to start keeping these videos.
Cause
But
I'm home.
this is
Wipe
in
me down.
1936, right? So we just saw that Project Pandora was 1960, which was they want to take signals and send them, right? That's what a psychotropic weaponry, right? That's basically you're just saying microwave weapon. In the 1930s, 36, you see that right there, right? So
Yep.
it's like, bro, they've been, and then he came to Yale, look, working under the legendary American neurologist John F. Fullerton, experimented. You know what I'm saying? They're doing this right under our noses and using taxpayer dollars. So it's almost like we are owed this information. So we just need to start talking about it, because I feel like we could keep the convenience of these phones. We can. They now have RF blockers that then stop and, neutralize the signal that's being sent. So it's not that we have to give the comfortability up. We just need to start being honest about it and start saying names. That's what we really need to do. We need to tell everybody. That way, everybody starts
we
to
need to
talk
be
about it.
It needs to be accountable and monitored.
It has to be
Yeah, we need to
monitored. And
be.
there's only one way to find out who's
Yeah.
at the top, who's pushing this agenda. It's for us to tell everybody, right? That's the only way.
If we followed the money, yeah, I'm sure if we followed the money, you'd be able to see. It's just like it's probably like 4 rich dudes pulling all the strings. You know what I'm saying? The
You can
Zuckerberg,
follow the money, but it's
Elon.
like, I want to know who in Apple was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I want to know the board of directors, who came to the board of directors and was like, look, guys, I know this is not a good idea, but it's going to make us so much money. I understand why the board of directors does that. My question is, who brought the fucking idea up? There's really no way for us to figure this out the way that we're currently structured as like business structure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel it.
I know, huh?
So that's what I'm saying. We got to tell everybody. It's not going to change until the person who's at the fucking stock market meeting, who's sitting around the table with all the rest of the billionaires going, yeah, that's a great idea. It's going to make us so much money. It's not going to change till their kid gets fucking brain cancer, until they get targeted. And they have to know this. See, if they know that this is possible, which most of the time they don't because they're just looking at their pocket, right? So you got to tell them this, and then they can think about it themselves. It's like most of us are good, right? There's only a few bad apples, and that's who we got to figure out who it is. That's really who we got to figure out who it is.
I know, huh?
Yeah,
I don't know.
shit.
It's tough. Definitely tough. And this is just episode 1, fellas. We going way deeper on this, and now I'm gonna have to bring in that flock camera idea too, because really, social credit score, Wi-Fi ability to basically turn you off, they go hand in hand.
I know, huh?
Yeah, they do.
It's crazy.
And then to talk about the overlayer of it, which is really the social aspect, right? Killing people's morals, which was the first topic. So I mean, this was a fucking amazing conversation, fellas. Amazing.
Yeah, let's keep diving into it more. Let's expand on these topics a little more.
For sure. Week
Next
2 will do round 2.
pod.
I wanted to see how you guys felt about. Do you guys think they're gonna ever make like smart guns?
They already
You know,
have
they
them.
got
What
like
do you mean?
smartphones. They got
They
like
already have them. They already
smart-
have them. AI weapons. That's what we're talking about. Automated weapons that operate on their
Yeah,
own. You say go
I
and it
guess
goes.
so.
They already have them.
I guess
Let
Yeah.
that be your second topic, bro.
That's
And
my
then
topic
I'm
for
gonna have
next
you
week.
look up. Okay, but
That's my
take a note
topic for
real
next
quick.
week.
Look up Andril. He's the first like sub 30 billionaire. He's a guy who created AI weapons. Like literally, you push a button and they come and get your ass. Robots. So it's already here. Look up
Yeah.
Andril. Bring that shit to the next week, bro. And WAP, you give us some more info on how niggas is getting soft. I mean, I know that ain't too hard, but I think we do need to touch on that. I think we do need to touch on that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because
Nah,
there's
next
more we
week.
can say.
Next week, what I'm gonna talk about is how women are making niggas soft. Because that's a problem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah.
that's fine with me. It's
Hey,
completely
Manuel,
fine with me.
I thought at the beginning you said your topic was like something about like microplastics or something.
No, it was microwave
Me?
weaponry.
Or like
Microwave
yeah.
weaponry.
microwave.
Microplastics
Okay.
are a huge problem too, though, bro. To be honest,
Yeah,
they're a huge problem.
hell yeah.
Okay, that's
PFOAs and all the
I
rest
thought
of
we were
them.
going down. Yeah, I thought we were going down a whole different lane. When you
No,
said
that's
that
on a whole
earlier.
different
That's
series.
hilarious.
Yeah, that's a whole different series, honestly, because that's I actually put a video out about DuPont, 3M, and all them maybe 2 years ago. There's a video. There's also a movie called Watch the Waters that basically that they killed it. I mean, they did an entire whole documentary on the PFOAs, the microplastics, all the shit that's in the Teflon, and how it's getting into all your kids. You know what I'm saying? You're giving it to your kids. This stuff gets passed through DNA. So yeah, this is a problem. It is a big problem, but that's later on down the road. We'll definitely get there. Definitely.
All right.
Hey,
Well,
this was an hour pod though. This was an easy 3
Yeah.
topics, fellas. This was an easy 3
That
topics.
was pretty.
So
That was pretty smooth, bro. Pretty
Yeah,
smooth.
for sure.
solid.
Smooth.
Next week, same
I'm gonna
same
come a little
team,
bit
same
more
squad.
prepared next time.
No,
Yeah,
bro.
same time
Same
next
team,
week.
same squads.
Same time
Yeah,
next
get
week.
some
I'll let
clips.
you guys know if I'm back in time. Because if I'm back in time, who knows? Maybe we can link up. Actually,
I'd
Tim would
love
just
to
be
do it
in Green
live,
Bears,
bro.
so me
I'd
too.
love to do it live, too.
Let's get that shit
Me
started.
too. Me
Let's get
too.
that shit
Me
started.
too. Also,
All right. Hey,
one more thing
yes, sir.
while we on air. It's just for the fellas though. But what would you guys think about linking up on Saturdays? Because it's kind of steep for me to sip on some brews on Sundays.
Okay.
I could dig it.
Just
I
because
can
I
dig
got
it.
work the next day and I try to go to the gym in the morning.
Yeah, Sunday's
I
my
feel like
recovery day
Saturdays
too.
would be more of a vibe.
I'm not actually opposed
Sunday
to
is-
that. I'm not actually opposed to that. I have
But our
every
name
Sunday
is
Saturday
Bible
is
study.
Gucci
nice.
on Sundays.
I got Bible study in the morning, so right after that, you know what I'm saying? We could easily make it like at 11:30 every week or 10:30 every week or whatever.
You know, whatever time y'all niggas want to start drinking. Sound a little early, it's great, you know?
I'm gonna get it popping early. You know me, D.
Whatever.
Soon as
Honestly,
I
that's a
wake
good
up,
idea.
nigga.
That way we can really do our live joint. We could really do our live. We could film our video like this. We could have our topics to discuss or whatever, and then we could just go live and start answering questions from people. You know what I'm saying? That could be cool. Watching the basketball game or whatever. That could be dope.
No harm.
That could be kind of
All right,
dope.
fellas.
I like it.
All right,
Yeah,
gang.
hell
Well, I'm
yeah.
gonna come.
If you-
I'm gonna
All
come
right,
on round
fellas.
2. Yes, sir. I got a round 2 for next week already ready. So that'll come with your heat.
Yeah, just
All
hit
right.
the GC
Yeah,
whenever you
that
guys
sounds
got
good.
some. Hit the GC when you guys got some topics too, so we can do some more due diligence. You know what I mean?
For sure. I'll throw
Yes,
some of these
sir.
projects
Yes,
that
sir.
I'm gonna be throwing at you. All right, gang. Well, good talking with y'all. See y'all in just a few, baby.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
fellas.
Deuces.
Those.